Welcome back to my morning report analysis videos on Monday 1st of April with me, Richard, market analyst at Hantec Markets. Let's have a look at euro dollar, which has been trending lower within this downtrend channel, but found the support at 112 big figure area. That old low from November, 112 sort of 15 area, was a level that actually got tested on numerous occasions on the last three sessions actually. And has pretty much held and started to rebound this morning. And that's interesting because this is the RSI, 37 on the RSI. Very interesting that that is around the lows that we've seen throughout the period of time since November, where all the market has basically been ranging to an extent, but obviously in latter months has actually been trending lower. But it still seems as though there is this sort of appetite to sort of not see the euro dollar moving precipitously lower. It sort of seems to be we have these sort of 2 week periods of selling pressure, then a rally, then selling pressure, rally, 2 weeks of selling, then a rally of 2 weeks. And again, we're sort of into the second week of that selling pressure. So it's possible that we could start to see that the market is starting to turn a bit of a corner again. Then you start to think about how far this recovery could go, where you think 13 big figure, another old key level, basis of resistance. But interesting that we haven't quite yet seen that the market has taken off yet within this recovery. There is still this sort of corrective look to MACD lines and stochastics. You haven't had any crosses yet. The only real tick higher you've seen is on the RSI, so maybe a little bit too early. But you look at the hourly chart, you've seen this downtrend broken. Now, I said in the morning report you want to see the hourly RSI above 60. Well, 60 was the limit on that RSI pretty much before turning lower. MACD lines just a shade above neutral, but not yet accelerating that move. So I think you'd be looking at resistance levels on the hourly being that initial reaction high that we saw on Thursday around 112.60. That comes in a bit as a basis of resistance, and then that's underneath 113 figure, and then 113.20. So some interesting levels here where the market has just sort of turned back from 150 today, but as I said, 160 was that level from last Thursday. So between 1250 and 1260 is resistance near term, and unless that breaks through that today, we could start to see this market in this negative configuration mode starting to drift off again. So you should be looking at the possibility that this might be a bit too soon to see this market recover. You have in the recent months tended to see lower lows throughout the moves lower, so there could be a test of 1175 anyway, but for now we are certainly negatively configured, but could be on the brink of a bit of an upswing round, but needs to see much more confirmation of that. So I wish you good luck in your trading today, and I'll speak to you later.